The year is 1992, and LucasArts is at the top of its game. Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis hits the shelves, giving players a brand new adventure that could have easily been the next movie in the series. No need for crystal skulls or aging heroes. This was classic Indy at his best, packed with mystery, danger, and an ancient legend waiting to be uncovered. Over 30 years later, does this point-and-click adventure still hold up? Let's find out. Fate of Atlantis throws Dr. Jones into action right away. A Nazi interest in Atlantis pulls him from academia into another world-spanning race for lost secrets. The game's sharp writing and witty exchanges, especially between Indy and Sophia Hapgood, make the journey feel lively and engaging. The story is everything you'd want from an Indiana Jones tale. Ancient myths, secret codes, and of course, bad guys willing to kill for ultimate power. What makes this game stand out is its fantastic script and character interactions. Sophia Hapgood, an old flame of Indy's turned psychic, is a great addition, bringing humor and chemistry that makes the dialogue shine. Their back-and-forth banter feels natural, making her one of the best original characters in the franchise. One of Fate of Atlantis' biggest strengths is its 3 distinct paths, which influence how puzzles and character interactions unfold. The choice between puzzle solving, teamwork, or action makes each playthrough unique. Early on, the game gives you a choice. Go solo and rely on puzzle solving, team up with Sophia for a more story-driven experience, or embrace the Fist's first approach with more action sequences. It's rare to see this level of replayability in an adventure game, especially from the early 90s. While some of the puzzles can feel frustratingly obtuse, the game rewards players who take the time to experiment and explore. This was an era before hint systems, so be prepared for some classic trial and error. Visually, Fate of Atlantis still looks fantastic in that classic LucasArts pixel art style. The character sprites are expressive, the environments are packed with detail, and the cinematic cutscenes add to the blockbuster feel. The hand-drawn backdrops hold up well even today, keeping the game visually appealing despite its age. The voice acting, which was later added in the CD-ROM release, brings everything to life. Doug Lee's take on Indy might not be Harrison Ford, but it's a solid performance that captures the character's charm. Of course, no adventure game is complete without its puzzles, and this is where Fate of Atlantis really shows its old-school roots. Some of the solutions make perfect sense, while others require a bit of moon logic. If you're used to modern adventure games that guide you a little more, be warned, this game expects you to think. The 3 different paths also change the way puzzles are approached, making each playthrough feel fresh. While some moments might leave you stumped, finally figuring out a tricky puzzle is always satisfying. The game's pacing keeps the momentum going, avoiding excessive backtracking and making each new location feel meaningful. Unlike some adventure games that drag due to unnecessary item hunting, Fate of Atlantis keeps things moving by ensuring every location feels meaningful. You're constantly traveling to new locations, from Monte Carlo to the deserts of North Africa, and each area has its own unique atmosphere. The world feels alive, with side characters who add depth to the journey. The way the game gradually builds up to the final discovery of Atlantis is masterful, keeping the stakes high without dragging things out. Now, no game is perfect. The combat sections can feel a bit clunky, especially compared to the smooth puzzle-solving mechanics. They aren't game-breaking, but they do feel like a relic of the time, much like the awkward action sequences in other LucasArts games. Some of the puzzles, especially in the final stretch, can slow things down a little too much. But these are minor complaints in what is otherwise a fantastic adventure. So, does Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis still hold up today? Without a doubt. The story remains compelling, the characters are as entertaining as ever, and the multiple paths keep it fresh even decades later. If you're a fan of Indy, classic LucasArts, or just great storytelling in games, this one is well worth playing. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's one of the best adventure games of its era, and while some of the puzzle design might test your patience, the overall experience is more than worth it. If you haven't played it yet, now's the perfect time to jump in. If you had fun revisiting this classic with me, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to GameVault HQ, and ring the bell so you don't miss future deep dives into gaming gems. Let me know in the comments what you think of Fate of Atlantis. Did you play it back in the day, or are you experiencing it for the first time? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.